the 23 local governments should have their salaries increased in terms of minimum wage, and should also be paid the wage awards. And I think there would also be promotion for the workers at the local government level. We talked about this. Was it yesterday? Was it the day before? I think it was yesterday. And we spoke with a lawyer who said that it is within the rights, the legal rights of the governor to, do what he has done, look after the welfare of local government workers. And so, we talked about it. And of course, some people asked the question, why is it in the past 8 years or more that nothing has been done as regards the welfare of local government workers in Rivers State? Okay. Now the local government chairman is saying no. I mean, why should we kick against the promotion of local government workers? Why should we be a stumbling block for the local government workers when they have been good to us, when they have helped us grow and helped us with the development of the various local governments? So yeah, I'm wondering what you think about that. I'm wondering what you make of the whole situation. Do you think it's a good statement the local government chairman have put out there? I'm just going to read as I saw the report. The Association of Local Government of Nigeria in Rivers State say it has never opposed any directive from the office of the governor of the state for the welfare of local government workers. Now, a statement by the mayor of Port Harcourt and chairman of ALGON in Rivers State, Oluwunda, dissociated the association from online reports insinuating that the 23 local government chairmen in Rivers State are heading to court to challenge the directive of Governor Fubara over minimum wage implementation and promotion of civil servants across the 23 local government areas. Now, according to the statement, such a report is misleading because the local government workers have remained supportive of their respective LGA chairmen. So I guess that's what basically I was trying to summarize, and that's what they have said. But I'd like to get your thoughts on this one. How are you reacting to this? Because yesterday when we were looking at the legal aspect to the directive of the governor, and even when I asked if there is the possibility that this could have a political undertone, some of you called or texted and berated the question that I asked, and some of you said, oh, it's high time that the local government chairman be kicked out of office if they're not going to support the governor in ensuring that Rivers people are happy and the welfare of Rivers people bettered. So we talked about it yesterday, but I'd like to get your reaction to this statement by ALGON, which is the Association of Local Government of Nigeria here in Rivers State. Right, let's quickly move now to the second big story. The second big story is it's a very funny one, but we still will talk about it. So you know how insecurity has become a trend in Nigeria. If it's not kidnapping, it's banditry. If it's not banditry, it is Boko Haram boys perpetrating mayhem in several northern states. We also get to hear stories of farmers not being able to go to their farms because of herdsmen. We've seen all of these stories and heard them and read them. However, something happened yesterday. The security chiefs were before the Senate, and after that meeting, the Senate gave a vote of confidence. And I was reading through the newspapers today, and I couldn't help but ask myself this question. Why would the Senate give a vote of confidence, given, once again, the reports that we get to hear almost every day? Now, I am reminded of the statement by, was it the police? No, I'm trying to remember now. Was it the police? Where, it was said in that statement that the insecurity reports in Nigeria are exaggerated. I think it was the police. Now I remember. Adejobi made that statement where he said that the insecurity in Nigeria, the reports of the insecurity in Nigeria are exaggerated. Okay. So when I look at the headlines for today on the Nation newspaper, I have bandits kill 2 policemen, abduct 40 in Zamfara. Yeah, there's that headline there. If you check other headlines, you see, 1 or 2 stories of kidnapping or stories relating to kidnappings that have happened, and they're waiting for ransom. However, maybe just to back the senators and to back the police, I did see the report where notorious kidnappers in Abuja were apprehended and about 9 million naira cash were recovered from them. I think it was ransom money. The police paraded them in Abuja. I think they were caught in the Utako. I don't really know Abuja very well, so I'm just going to skip that. However, they were apprehended. So just maybe there is the vote of confidence on the security because of the activities, because of their reactions to the crimes happening or being perpetrated in the country. However, I'm also looking at the Vanguard, and I can see the headline: Republicans impeach U.S. Secretary Chief over influx of illegal migrants. Now, if you read the first 2 paragraphs of that article, Republicans in the United States House of Representatives voted on Tuesday night to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Now, the lawmakers claimed Mayorkas has been responsible for a record influx of illegal migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border in the past year. Now, they had to. I don't think this Homeland Security Secretary is the one who goes to the borders to carry the illegal migrants into the United States. But because he has not been able to come up with a good strategy or a good technique to stop border crossings, he was asked to leave. He was impeached. So when you look at it, it's not, when you look at it from both sides, both angles, they are positive arguments. You want to look at it from the fact that the police are apprehending, some of these suspects, some of these people perpetrating crime. You want to look at it from that angle as well. You want to look at it from the angle that, the security agencies are trying their best, but they are, under armed, can I say that, or ill-armed. They are understaffed. Their welfare is poor. Maybe we can make those arguments for them, right? We hear that there are about 300,000, 400,000 policemen nationwide trying to secure the entire country, which is about 200 plus million people, 216 about that million people in Nigeria. So it's quite difficult. We can make those arguments, right? However, we could also argue that just maybe if people begin to pay the price, for their inefficiency, for their inabilities in certain critical, sensitive positions of governance, then maybe we would get governance right. Remember when we talked about prayer some 2 days ago, and I said, let's hold the crusade? A lot of listeners and contributors texted and called in and said, it's not prayer that we need, but we need good leadership. And maybe we would not get good leadership until we begin to put punitive measures for those yet again handling or occupying sensitive positions, so that they can understand that they have a responsibility, and it's not just because they can be governors, they can be presidents, they can be lawmakers, and that's why they are there. No, we would have to put in measures to ensure that people get to pay. Like I said, this guy has now been asked to leave his office, his position as Homeland Security Secretary, just because he has been unable to stop the influx, the flow of migrants from Mexico into the United States. Illegal migrants, I should add. Anyway, Trace, let's keep that one now, and let's go to the next big story. But still talking about ensuring that people in certain sensitive positions get to be responsible, and if not, they should be punished either by putting them out of office or asking them to, one punitive measure or the other. There is this third big story that has been trending since yesterday. Buhari's signature forged to withdraw $6.2 million from CBN. Now, it's not 6.2 million naira. It is $6.2 million. And, when I think about this, I do feel these things can happen because there are no punitive measures. And I'm being serious right now. These things can happen, can play out in society because sometimes these politicians feel they can have their way. Let's be, frank with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. Since 1999, apart from one or two governors who were still able to find their way out of it, and they were able to find presidential pardon, about 3 or 4 of them. Even one of them was not convicted in Nigeria. The conviction came from outside Nigeria. How many key politicians handling key and sensitive positions have been sent to jail for the crimes they committed while in office? And the ones that were sent to jail, once again, received presidential pardon. The other one that was sent to jail went for appeal, and somehow he did. I think it was not even the one who went for appeal, but somehow he benefited from another party that went for appeal. I'm not calling names. I'm not looking at personality. I just want to focus on the issues. I guess some of you know some of these stories I'm already putting out here, right? No punitive measure. And that's why I don't even know if the story is true. Okay, so for those of you who've not heard the story, there was a court case yesterday looking at corruption as perpetrated by Godwin Emefiele, former CBN governor, who's going through a series of allegations in court, right? And one of the allegations now is that, he was in charge of the forgery of the ex-president's signature. I don't know who did it, and I'm going to wait for the courts to find out who did it. However, if this testimony by the former SGF, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, is true and anything to go by, my goodness, it means that these people out there are basically just there to loot, and they don't really care. The other day we talked about how a special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Nanuga, came out and said that Nigeria is very, very poor. And just yesterday evening, Femi Falana was telling Nigerians how last 2 months the president gave governors COVID-19 money to the tune of, I can't remember how much now, but it was, some big money. And one can help but wonder, what have they done with these monies? And even though I think it's political banter, the reply from the federal government to the PDP governors is also something that points in that direction. What are the governors doing? Who is holding all of these people accountable? Can we even hold them accountable? I mean, that should be the question. I'm talking about $6.2 million with all the debts that we owe, with all the financial challenges that we currently are faced with. Will that money not have done us a whole lot of good? I'm just wondering yet again. So someone, and by the way, I think they have declared them wanted, about 3 staffers who were involved in all of that process. They've even sent a letter to Interpol to ensure that they help apprehend these suspects. But the last angle I would like to look at, looking at this third big story, about Buhari's signature. I wonder what kind of governance structure that the former president was running, because we yet again, and for the opting time, and I do not have a problem against Buhari. I'm just trying to talk for development. I'm just trying to point out certain things that we keep hearing that one person from the Buhari's government did this, one other person from the Buhari's government did that, and yet we're not. I don't know. It looks like we've not scratched the surface. And I hope that all of these cases that have now popped up, that we now see on the media spaces, will not become, one of those stories that we never get to see the end of. I'm still waiting for new developments as it concerns Beta Edu. It looks like everybody seemingly has forgotten. I'm still there waiting. I'm yet to hear the outcome of the investigations that they did. All right, that being said, I would like to open the phone lines now. These are my big stories. The first one has got to do with ALGON saying, hey, we're not taking the governor to court. We're very happy that their welfare has been improved upon, and we're not going to hinder that improvement because these people have been very good to us, and we should also be good to them. The second big story, of course, has got to do with the Senate saying that they've got a vote of confidence on the security chiefs. Do you have a vote of confidence? Maybe you wouldn't even have much to say on that one, because necessarily you're not affected by the insecurity trending or challenging the country. The third big story is the one we just talked about, and it has to do with Buhari's signature being forged and used to withdraw $6.23 million. I'm going to open the phone lines now because it's the bottom of the hour, and it's time for me to hear your views on some of the issues that I've raised on the show. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Also 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp number 0809 0306416. We're live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH, and we're active on X, Nigeria Info PH. All right. Okay, let's hear what your thoughts are, and let's give this conversation a developmental touch. Right? Let's see this one. It says, good afternoon, Canada. It is not about. Oh, I don't even know why the. Okay. It seems like the WhatsApp platform is freezing. Okay, it's better now. Good afternoon, Canada. It's not about coming out to say they are in support of the salary increment of the local government workers. They should implement immediately with all sincerity if they actually have the workers at heart. This very one will obviously let the people know on whose side they are. Mike from Thai. Ida from Inkoro. Ida, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
I greet you specially.
I greet you right back.
First of all, I want to thank His Excellency for the local government. You can see the local government is booming. They implement it. The governor has said it. I know by the end of this month, when they want to pay the month salary, the council chairman will be able to pay this in. I heard they're heading to court, but I have never seen that. I call one of them, say they are not going to court, that they are with the governor. I want to commend them. They should do so that the local government workers too will also be happy. Thank you very much. God bless. I remain on the from Nkoro.
All right. Thank you very much, Ida. Thank you very much for your thoughts there. I'm reading another message. This one says, let's see. This one says, good day, Canada. The issue of the LGA chairman with the governor's pronouncement on LGA staff promotion and implementation of minimum wage will shortly be made clear to the public, and the outcome wouldn't be palatable. In as much as the governor is having several people cheering him up, he should also note that 80% of those cheering him up are mere enemies that want to see his downfall. Let's watch as other chapters of this matter unfold in the coming days. Festus from Alaska. This one says, after 7 days, your station will be sued for spreading fake news. All right, then. Let's see. Okay, no problem. We'll wait for you, I guess. Let's see this one. This one says, good day, Mr. Batabo. Nolgay does not have an option than supporting, it's not Nolgay now, it's ALGON, than supporting the friendly governor of the promotion of local government workers. Governor Fubara is a godsend to save civil servants in Rivers State. Kudos to Governor Fubara on Attack Clinton West. I've got Christian from Bonny Island. Christian, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, how could anyone with his, normal thinking senses criticize the governor for approving, the arrears, promotion arrears, and the minimum with civil servants in an expensive state like River State, and you criticize it? And not that this money, the state, the money in coming to the state coffers is not enough to pay these workers. I can't imagine. Why are we so wicked, selfish to ourselves? What is 30,000 in Nigeria today as minimum wage? It shows how reckless, how people are not thinking. It pains me when I sit at the angle of my house, I listen to radio, and I see people like this coming out to say things like this. And so what is wrong with these people, for God's sake? What is 30,000? What is the number of the civil servants in River State itself? With all the monies, these our so-called governors, and they made away with the little one to give people that are there working in sunshine, rain, River State to make sure the state move forward. You find it difficult to pay them. No promotion. I have aunties that are complaining about this promotion. They've done their exams long before now. Promote them. No way. Then let me talk about this $6.2 billion that they forged the president's signature. Canada, look, like I've always said, this is not new thing. It's not new to me.
All right.
These are things that have been happening in our system from time to time. It's a normal thing. We don't have a check and balance system. Our policy makers, they are so corrupt. They can settle and settle and settle. Okay, ask the so-called governor, central bank governor. Doesn't he have a means to communicate with the president and ask, I have a check before me here with your signature. Please confirm. Is it truly from you? Or the president didn't give him, some modalities to work with. Once a check is beyond so amount of money, you need to call to confirm from me, for God's sake. Are they talking to fools in this country?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
And these people, they don't have conscience, Paul. Do you know how bad this country is today?
All right. Thank you very much, Christian. Christian, thank you very much for your thoughts there. Let's Ezekiel is okay. I could disconnected there. I couldn't take his call. Let's see. Let's see this one. This one says, to have a better Nigeria, I think every public office holder that fails to perform should be brighten up emoji. That's too heavy. I can't even read it. But you said so many allegations under Buhari's administration, yet he's in Dara lounging. All right, brighten up. Thank you very much. And let's see this one. This one says, Kalada greetings. Senate passes vote of confidence on security chiefs. Over 50%. Okay, you said over 50 persons were killed in Benue State, and senators are passing vote of confidence on security chiefs. Now, wow, Kalada from Tango Ability at Tuegu. Let's see. This one says, Asitoka from Mile 3, Mike KD. If Nigerian politicians are properly monitored and investigated, majority of them will languish in jail. Like you said, in Nigerian courts, they can never be guilty of any charge. But outside of this nation, it's very easy for the courts there to convict them because of crystal clear, enormous evidence available. But I am baffled how our courts can see these evidence because, politicians are judges in their own cases. I've got Zion from GRA. Zion, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
It is this, Mr. President, former president's signature. That's my problem.
Okay.
What made it so interesting is that this was the man they called Mr. Integrity. Mr. Integrity is coming with, in short, is embedded integrity. And it did take months to do something. Corruption is fighting back. My brother, when I heard that comment, I said, don't have one chance. The moment they made that comment, corruption is fighting back. I know that is corruption personified. Look at it. They don't want to expose things that have happened under the former president and Buhari's government too. If they expose things, look at the ones that have come to us here to forging of signature, Emefiele gate, swallow of animal swallowing snake, forging of certificates. Just look at them. Under his administration, funny things. Very funny that you don't ask questions. Do we truly have a president there? When the Kanu was talking, the target enemy of the state. Do you see that we all hold the Kanu an apology right now? It was the same president that when he was about to leave office said that if we talk to him anyhow, we go to and as God can answer our prayer, trouble landed with He can no longer go there again. There becomes a government that does not recognize him. How can we behave like this and say, God, they have professors who security advisors, general, field general, that, field this one, that was. If Mr. Zion now, army for not full our community, GSS for not full everywhere for crime and criminalities or forging certificates. A little girl that they accused of forging a channel result or whatever, she didn't go everywhere. They make tag of her, but look at this one. President's signature was forged. Nobody has been arrested up to now. Which means there have been forging signatures that have been sending people to jail. There have been forging signatures stealing our money. Forging signatures opening universities. Forging certificates, embezzling and turn this nation into an anarchy. Look at what we are. A whole president's signature was forged.
All right, Zion, I've got to go. They are in court. They are in court, I should say. Robin from HA, welcome.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Robin.
I want to take it over from where Zion stopped. Every day, then they teach for Abuja.
Let's get straight to the point. We don't have enough time, please.
There's no time, but there's time for them to steal. But thank you to your station. They are giving us this opportunity for us to air our view and discuss for the development of this country. Boss Mustafa, who is telling us that the signature of the former president was forged, is he a forensic expert? Why will he be the one, Secretary of the Federation?
He said his own signature was forged as well on that document. So I'm guessing that is how he got to know that the president's signature was forged as well, because he did not go through his office to the president. And he said, I understand, and I'm trying to answer you. And he said the reason why.
Signature expert, at what time was that signature subjected to forensic examination?
But you still don't get. I mean, you know your signature, right, Robin? If you see your signature where you have not penned it down, you would, be able to know that that signature is fake. And so he's saying that his signature was also forged just as much as the...
That is the beginning of my discussion. The signature that the president was forged. Okay. So a signature document can go to Federal Bank. And the protocol and the processes will be that Central Bank will not confirm with the Secretary to the Federation and to the President, and they will just release that whooping amount of $6.something million. These people are killing us dry. It's a crime against humanity. God bless us. For the Maja the farmer.
All right, Robin Maja the farmer, thank you very much for your thoughts there. Let's do some messages now. Let's go back to WhatsApp and let's look at Newton Ikira's message. The big stories he started with. He said, Senate passes vote of confidence on security chiefs. The fly can never witness against an open wound. Isoko proverb. Birds of a feather they are. You put dash. And then you went on to say, Buhari's signature forged to withdraw $6.2 million from CBN. Seriously? Did a signature expert confirm this, or this is another snake and monkey story? Let the signature nature be subjected to forensic scrutiny. They actually believe they're smart, but they are not. These people are bleeding us dry. Okay. This one says, good afternoon, comrade. Please, NURTS seized 2 vehicles and parked it at their office at Rumala over refusal of purchase of the illegal ticket by members. If the vehicles are not released, we're going to protest. Okay. I guess that's not for me. I don't know. I'm not talking about that. Where the president was like a figurehead. So many looting and corruption in the administration of Mr. Integrity. Those who worked with ex-CBN Governor Mifele should be properly investigated. ALGON does not have any choice than to implement the directives of the governor. Vote of confidence on the security chiefs for increase of insecurity and killings. Lady V is asking there. All right, Masidukwa is back and he says, why are we even surprised that Emefiele seems to have forged the former president's signature? Isn't it in his country the snakes, monkeys and rats were swallowing money? What has happened to those blatant lies till date? I mean, I've told you before, some of those cases were taken to court, and I think in one of them, or about two of them, verdicts have been given, and the perpetrators are languishing in jail. However, one would like to think, could this be a situation, a scenario where they want to hang the dog to give it a bad name? Emefiele was once accused of going ahead with the Naira redesign without the knowledge and acknowledgement of Buhari. But I remember vividly that Emefiele and Buhari, once upon a time at the presidential villa, held the Naira notes in front of pressmen and were photographed together. I remember that picture very well. I also remember, I think in the month of November 2022, October thereabout, the then CBN governor had just gone to visit the president, and he claimed at the time that he intimated the president on the successes and the gains of redesigning the Naira and pushing or trying to implement the cashless policy. Yeah. This one says, afternoon, Kalada. You seem to be under the weather. Sorry if you are. That being said, in as much as the council chairmen are under an umbrella called ALGON, I think he meant to say, which we were earlier told that their chairman was in the meeting called by... No, Nolge and ALGON are two different things. I think that's where the mistake is done. Nolge, I think, is for the employees. ALGON is for the local government chairman. So I think they are two different things. The Nolge head, I think I was trying to get him on the show yesterday, Clifford, is different from, the ALGON people. So I guess you made a mistake there. And as such, I've just skipped your message, right? I just keep a message there. This one says, kudos to LGA chairman for supporting Governor Sim's directive on the issue of central bank and Buhari's signature being forged. Does it mean that Emefiele is not aware? May Jehovah have mercy upon this country. Confidence in Lebadim from Ozuzu HA. Transmission. This one says, if the former president's signature is actually forged, then what is the EFCC, DSS, and others doing? Are they waiting for a marching order for them to tell us whose account the money went into, and what was the money used for? Is this also a rocket science? Like I said, the case is in court, and so we will get. I should also tell you that we are aware of this because remember there was a private investigator, who was looking into the books of the CBN and other government agencies, and he was the one who came up with the fact that $6.23 million, was looted. According to what was documented, it was used to pay foreign observers for the election. Now, according to the former SGF, it's not the president or the CBN that pays foreign observers. It is, the work of INEC, to pay whoever is observing the election, because INEC is in charge of the election. So let's see how this unfolds. But my point is, if this is true, if it is possible for the president's signature to be forged, and this is not the first time we're getting to hear it. Remember when Abakari died, the chief staff to the president. We also heard the report, or saw a report, it was almost or even more than half of the documents signed by the president was not signed. Think about it. Just as Buhari is being investigated, all these allegations coming to mind. Why was he shouting corruption is first? And this says, moving on. Good day, Canada. Talking about someone or some persons forged Buhari's signature there, thereby stealing some millions from CBN coffers. Meanwhile, the time they point fingers on the previous government of Buhari. The best thing to bring hope back now is just to commence probe and immediate executions and jail or killing of the guilty ones. I know you will say the law does not mean clean or of offenders. The legislation should be amended, or the legislators, I think you meant to say, should amend for that immediately. Buhari was not really prepared to rule. Only those that chose to kill Nigeria brought him for their selfish game. Ima Otaka Choba. So we'll go back to the phone lines. We'll take some calls. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. We also have 0817-923-0007. Okay. WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. I've got Clinton, and Clinton is calling from Buhari. Clinton, welcome.
Kalada.
Yeah, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
When you hear this kind of news, you need to wonder what is happening in Nigeria. 6.23 million, right?
Yeah, million dollars, yeah.
Oh God. That someone forges the signature of the number one citizen of Nigeria, and money was released to the person. Kalada, this CBN, don't they keep inventory? Don't they have a register of who comes into the CBN and who goes out of the CBN?
They should.
Don't they have records of the account this money was paid into, or was it given cash? So these things they are giving us, no, it's neither here nor there for me. Corruption was rooted in the administration of Buhari, deeply rooted.
Okay.
Because this man came on the Minister of Anti-Corruption. We supported him because we wanted someone with a strong character that can combat corruption in Nigeria. But what did we have? We had a government that was porous. You can see at will. Someone will come and say, President doesn't read. That they should try and check this register and bring those corporates to book. This money can actually solve the problems we have in Nigeria now. Finally, ALGON denies challenging the decision of the governor of Rivers State. Me, I'm okay. If they deny it, fine. Let them go ahead and pay the money to local government workers. The allocation the local governments receive, Canada, is enough. If you check on local government, they are not doing any infrastructure. No infrastructure, yet they receive allocation every month directly from the federal government. What are this money used for? So I think they should go ahead and pay that money if they want peace in Rivers.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I've got Braid from Ogunigba. Braid, welcome.
Yeah, greetings to Mr. Batu.
Yeah, welcome.
Happy Valentine.
Okay, welcome. I hear you.
Yeah, Mr.
Mr. Valentine.
Canada.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one if they have gone. Because now they're not going to come and then quickly with immediate alacrity implement the payment to the local of the 30,000 naira minimum wage and the 35,000 wage award. The local government has suffered so much. I think the promotion should be concurrently. But, there is no promotion. They should go concurrently. Right way. The people were forged. Today, they are coming before MDF saying it. I don't know how correct that should be, because the FGF was in the office and the central bank governor was in the office quite a long time, and nothing was discovered. And right now, this administration is discovering it. What is the work of the anti-graft agencies? Are they just there as a puppet that the president will now point out before they will go and run after that person? Where that money gets to, can't they get the account of those where the money runs and track those people? And I don't know how we get it in this kind of the world, that there is no money. Nigeria is a poor country, but some individuals are stacking dollars in their sock away pits. Some of them will go and put it in a cemetery. There is no money. We are just poor, like Venezuela.
And they have said they are not. The federal government has responded, but then again, go on.
Let them not respond. If really they want to sanitize this country, I believe that Nigeria is very wealthy. God has blessed us with natural endowment. They should be able to give us good leadership. They should refrain from corruption. It's corruption that is bringing this kidnapping, social vices, Boko Haram, and other issues. If there is no corruption, they should be able to revive our industries and let our youth.
All right, thank you, Braid.
Corruption will go away gradually if they sanitize themselves.
Thank you. I've got Christian. All right, sorry, Christian, I kept you for so long, but let's read some more messages. Let's see. This one says, Canada, we waste much energy complaining about bad governance, which makes us weak to take action to change things. We need a change of attitude. DK with that one. All right. This one says, all of these forgery issues and other fraudulent activities perpetrated by our political office holders can only be handled properly by military government. I call the military. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I should have read that. We're not calling for any military government, please. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. If I may ask, how this huge amount of money was accounted for by Emefiele and his boys, or does it mean the president can just withdraw money without any reason, or what the money is to be used for? I am Celestine from Igwogani, Bayelsa State. Okay, I don't know. I'm not Emefiele. Emefiele is the one who can answer that question. This one says, good day, presenter. The Governor Fubara approval of the immediate payment of minimum wage to the local government staff is quite commendable. This largesse will, to an extent, cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal and the hardship inflicted on Nigerians. Governor Fubara, more of these good policies. These are better strides that have surpassed all other regimes since the creation of Rivers State in 1967. ALGON applaud and support the governor's good intentions than going to court. Allow Rivers State local government staff breathe fresh air. All right, Elder Joel Adolfo from Digima. I've just mentioned that they say they have no issue and they are not. Actually, they are applauding it and they are not against it. It says, as the court made a finding on the forgery of the former president's signature, why are you discussing the matter as if it has been resolved by the court? Okay. If you'd listened, you would have heard me say it's in court. This one says, okay, moving on. Man of the people, Buhari signature forged to withdraw $6.2 million from CBN. I don't believe Buhari's signature was forged. There is something they are hiding from us. EFCC should invite Buhari to answer some questions regarding the printing of the new Naira notes. Godwin Emefiele acted based on the instruction of Buhari from Tango Ability at Tuegbu. All right. Let's see what we have on Facebook, and we would wrap things up and go for the news updates. Okay. Seems like the lines are... Oh my. All right, while I'm waiting for Facebook to... I don't know what's wrong there. Let's just take one more call and wrap things up. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. All right, let's hear from you. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear. I've got Frank, and I think Frank is calling me from D-Line. So I'm going to listen to Frank right now. Frank, welcome.
Good afternoon, Kalala.
Yeah, Frank, welcome.
Yeah, let me hear from the ALGON chairman that said they are not going to court. Yes, let them not go because the hardship in the country is too much. A bag of rice is 70-something thousand naira. So please let the local government chairman let them breathe well. The governor mean well for the council tower. That is why he approved the promotion of local government chairman and minimum wage for them. Please, I want to thank the local government chairman for their understanding.
All right.
This is my comment. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your thoughts, Frank. We will stop here for now as we're about to go in for the news update. We're about to listen to the news update, or rather the business news right now. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. When we come back, we'll have Canvas, and after Canvas, you and I will talk. There is this story that we has emanated from the is it the National Assembly? I think the House of Reps now, and it will interest you what the debate was like. Was it yesterday? Was it the day before? We'll talk about that. Read out all the debates as argued by the people who argued, at that plenary, and I'll get your thoughts. And I'll ask you some very wonderful questions, and we'll talk for development. Do stay tuned. I am Kala Dakoru Batbo.